The old second autopsy gambit. That's right. All of these options are terrible in different ways. Why am I choosing these options? Why don't I be like, oh, by the way, wiretapping. Oh, by the way, you can't see the office from the hotel room. You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. This whole courtroom's a sham. I bet you're just holding a blank piece of paper. I know, last word nuts. What is this? I don't... What is even... The briefcase just has a sandwich in it. I mean, the detective seems like a good person to... like, he's easier to pick on than Edgeworth, although Edgeworth will defend him. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How can you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you. Handing him the wrong report like that. Huh? I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. I think it's actually really hard to, like, switch into the judge's voice from other ones. Gumshoe fits very nicely underneath that bus. Yeah. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April, May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Still gonna have that pose. Witness, your name, please. Oh my god. April May, at your service. Audible wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the court. Hey there, Gurmizu. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room? I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Company law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. I'm glad the cam's working out well, Blackfire.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped over. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Audible wink.
Well, Your Honor. I see. It was a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite... firm. Didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey?
Mm-hmm. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her. Yeah, but you can't see from the distance. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Yup, he's right. I mean, he is right about that. But you can't see clearly. Hey there, Chris. It's been an optional thing since we started FF6 2 months ago or so, Chris. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... That's not quite the way I was gonna take this, but, I mean, she just knows. She didn't actually give, like, a reason she knows. Yeah, apparently you saw... I don't like either of these options. These are not the options I expect to have here. I don't... Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a subcategory of this, I guess. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes. What is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Twitchy eye. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Yeah, we do. Ask Detective Gumshoe, or me. Hey there, Pot. Been a while. How's it going? Oh, is it, oh, it's acting up again. That's a lot of dropped frames. Give it just a moment. Probably just another hiccup, hopefully. Yeah, the connection's not looking so good. It's never like seems to matter, but let's try dropping the bitrate a little bit. This is not really a game that needs it. I guess helps for the face. But... currently restabilized. The frame train. Alright, that, oh, as soon as I'm about to call it good, it's, sketchy again. There's more drop frames. I mean, it's definitely not the worst slideshow game. Like, if the audio is still coming through, that's what really matters, but, usually if there's some issues, it's gonna be worse later on or whatever, so... We'll assume it's settled down, and let me know if it causes issue again. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Roar? I mean, I know she's like being a cat, but... I think I'm actually gonna go with...
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Audible wink.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Ran off to the right?
Then Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The kind of statuey clock? The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
Yeah, you know it's a clock.
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
A clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. I mean... do I just show the clock? I guess we'll keep pressing first, but... that's it. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. So from her perspective, the right would be this way. Is that right, as in your right, as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Hey there, Alex Bennett. But, yeah, we've got, so that's suspect. We could maybe tie that with floor plans, or just, try to show the clock? That she shouldn't know is a clock? How do I, I guess it's just showing the clock. But, like, I'm afraid, like, that's not gonna be the thing. It's gonna be a strike against me, so I'm, afraid of that stuff. Well, we'll keep asking about that stuff, I suppose. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun.
What happened then?
Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it?
So either clock to this, or floor plan to her statement about the right. Let's go with this, because she should not know it's a clock. Is there anything else to present that, like, mentioned it? May have lived for a few minutes after being hit, yes. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
You just said that the statue of the Thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
Oh,
Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. I mean, cool anecdote, bro. I don't... Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've cut murderers with these questions before. Oh, well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Phew, that was close. If he'd stopped me there, the trial would be over. Even though I still have, damning evidence to present that no one's talked about.
huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because... I heard it? Yes. I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Company.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Company where the murder took place are very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
Crazy handshake action there. Do you, Calandris? Nice. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... I can't think of any reason why it couldn't have rung. Greetings, Burrito El Presidente. Hey there, Arboretic. I mean, I assume it's the first option, but let's see if there's anything that makes sense why the clock would be broken. I don't think so. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You were also on the 3rd floor of the hotel. You have proof that she could not. Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard... The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand.
Indeed. Objection sustained.
Damn. Time to switch directions. Quick.
Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Okay. Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. Isn't it? It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just have a look, as soon as you can.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty.
Hey there, Route Power.
Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. That's the sort of tone you should definitely take in a courtroom. Absolutely.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Because I said so.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Ho ho! Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything, Edgeworth? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
What? Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. I don't know why you're surprised about that, because that's not how courtrooms work here, apparently. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. My heart goes out to you, Edgeworth. Not. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then?
If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this recording makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone. And this was recorded in the morning, before the witness even arrived at her hotel. I'm so enthusiastic about this fact, the screen's gonna flash white several times.
What?
Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. I forgot. Audible wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Even though it's clear that she's completely backpedaling on her story non-stop, I'm just going to accept it as fact until Phoenix points out that it was a handmade clock. Does the defense have any other objections, Mr. Wright?
The witness claimed she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. That's above average pun. It's above average. I'll let Phoenix have that one. Oh, excuses not on sale today.
Oh.
Okay, don't make her pissed. Apparently, that is a horrifying face.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Because this is how all witnesses react, apparently.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law. The witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Audible wink.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion?